A gleaming surface catches the light. It is polished to a mirror finish, cold to the touch and unmistakably gold. This is not a sculpture. It is not a prop. It is a fully functional toilet, bolted inside the lavatory of a private jet, and it cost more than most people earn in a year. Welcome aboard. When a plane becomes a palace, for most travelers, a private jet is already the summit of air travel. No queues, no middle seats, a flight attendant who knows your name. But for a very specific tier of the ultra-wealthy, the standard private jet has become ordinary. And ordinary in this world is a problem that money can solve. Enter the custom aircraft interior. Silicon Valley founders, oil dynasty heirs and a handful of Gulf royals have in recent years turned their attention, and their architects and their interior designers, to the sky. Not just to travel faster, but to live better. At 40,000 feet, the aircraft in question are almost always Boeing business jets or Airbus ACJ models, commercial wide bodies stripped of their passenger cabins and rebuilt entirely from scratch. The process takes between 2 and 4 years. The price tag begins at around 70 million euros for the plane alone. Interior conversions add another 20 to 50 million on top. For context, you could buy a small island for the same money. Some of these clients own those too. And at the center of one very particular bathroom, aboard one of these rebuilt jets, sits a toilet plated in 18-karat gold. The most expensive bathroom in the air, the lavatory is small, aircraft physics demands it, but nothing else about it is conventional. The walls are lined with hand-cut marble veneer, sourced specifically to keep weight within aviation limits. The fixtures are solid brass with a gold overlay. The sink faucets were designed by a Geneva watchmaker. And the toilet, the fixture that made headlines when its owner allowed a single photograph to circulate, was commissioned from a Swiss metalwork studio at a reported cost of $50,000. The studio, whose other clients include luxury hotel chains and a European royal household, spent 11 months on the piece. The weight had to be precisely calculated. Aviation regulations require every object aboard a certified aircraft to meet strict load and vibration standards. Even a gold toilet must be tested. It passed. The owner, an American technology entrepreneur whose net worth is measured in the tens of billions, reportedly told the designers one thing. It should feel like the bathrooms at Claridge's, only lighter. It weighs 28 kilograms. Standard aircraft porcelain weighs 9. If you're enjoying this look inside the world's most extreme private jets, hit subscribe. We go inside the most extraordinary places money can buy. Every week. The builders behind the gold, the companies that do this work, are not easy to find. They do not advertise. Their workshops are in Toulouse, in Hamburg, in Wichita, Kansas. They employ aerospace engineers who work alongside interior designers who have previously fitted out 5-star hotels and super yachts. The overlap between yacht customization and aircraft. Customization is significant. Many of the same craftsmen move between both. Industry's one senior project manager at a completion center in Germany who spoke, without being named, as is standard in this world, described the bathroom commission as unremarkable by the standards of his yard. We have done gold. We have done mother of pearl. We have done one aircraft where the owner wanted the walls to replicate the interior of a specific palazzo in Venice. We had an Italian restorer fly in for 6 weeks. He paused. The toilet was the straightforward part. Clients arrive with reference images, mood boards assembled by art directors, sometimes by the owners themselves. One brief reportedly consisted of a single line: "Make it feel like the Aman Tokyo, but move." The team worked from that sentence for 3 years. Pricing is never discussed openly. Industry sources suggest a full interior conversion: marble, gold fixtures, custom furniture, a bedroom, a lounge, a conference room. Runs between 25 and 40 million euros for a mid-size wide-body aircraft. The bathroom alone can account for 600,000 to 1.2 million euros of that figure, depending on materials. The gold toilet sits at the high end of what anyone has publicly confirmed, spending on a single sanitary fixture in the air. The logic of the upgrade is tempting to frame this purely as excess, and the numbers make it easy to do so. But the people who commission these aircraft and the designers who execute them offer a different framing. The aircraft is an office, a bedroom, a boardroom, A space where a person who controls a company worth hundreds of billions of euros will spend 15 hours in transit, making decisions, sleeping, meeting. At that level of usage, the investment has a different logic. Think about what someone like this spends on their home in London, said one yacht and aircraft designer based in Monaco. The bathroom budget alone on a serious house is $1 million, $2 million. The plane is their moving house. They want the same standard. He has designed interiors for 11 private aircraft. He has a 9-year wait list. What used to distinguish the ultra-wealthy air traveler? A flatbed, a proper kitchen? Wines chosen by a sommelier no longer separates one jet from another at the very top of the market. The new competition is materials, provenance, weight-rated gold, a world of its own. The photograph appeared online quietly, almost accidentally. It showed a narrow lavatory inside a private aircraft. Marble walls, soft lighting, a polished gold fixture, and a Hermes hand towel folded with perfect care beside the sink. There was no caption explaining where it came from, no official confirmation, and no proud announcement from the owner. Yet within hours, the image had traveled across social media, shared, debated, mocked, admired, and questioned by millions. Before long, the owner's communications team reportedly moved to have it removed. But the internet had already done what the internet does best. It had noticed. The owner declined to comment. The aircraft, according to available reports, is registered in a European jurisdiction known for favorable aviation tax treatment. It flies roughly 400 hours a year, crossing continents with the quiet ease of a machine built not merely for travel, but for separation from ordinary life. At least one head of state is said to have used that lavatory, according to people familiar with the aircraft's passenger logs. And yet, those who have seen the aircraft suggest that the gold toilet was not the most remarkable feature on board. It was simply the one easiest to understand. There is a particular kind of wealth that no longer seeks comfort in obvious places. First, the house becomes a palace. Then the dining room becomes a private restaurant. The car becomes a coach-built one-off, designed by hand and owned by no one else on Earth. Eventually, luxury reaches the spaces most people never think about at all. At 40,000 feet, above the clouds, moving faster than any road vehicle could dream of, someone looked at a bathroom and decided that even this could be improved. Not enlarged, not merely cleaned, not made practical, but transformed into a statement. That is what extreme wealth does. It does not simply buy better things. It rewrites the meaning of normal things. A toilet is no longer a toilet. A towel is no longer a towel. A flight is no longer transportation. Everything becomes a symbol, even the most private corner of the aircraft. A $50,000 gold toilet is not the most expensive thing on that plane. It may not even be among the top 5, but perhaps it is the most honest thing there. Unnecessary, excessive, absurd, and completely revealing.